Stay tuned for the next guest.
Good evening, dear viewers. Today we are at the 2023 Summit for the Association for Talent Development, which is an annual summit that gathers officials and experts in the region to share their experience and knowledge. Stay tuned for this report.
We are here today in the ATD Summit Kuwait 2023 in Jumeirah Hotel. ATD is the Association of Talent and Development, and it's held annually. We are here today with the Public Authority of Applied Education and Training. We have multiple institutes and colleges in the exhibition booths showing our students' achievements and projects and what we have to offer.
Dear viewers, we are back from this report and we have been joined by our first guest for this evening, Mr. Hamza Taqi, the Master Performance Consultant. Good evening, Mr. Hamza. How are you doing?
Good evening to you. Good evening to your audience. I'm always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much for being back in Hala, Kuwait. We always have the best conversations, and today we're going to be talking about a summit that you are a part of. So in the beginning, can you tell us about the theme of the summit?
Okay, the summit is all about the future of HR, because HR is really the key component for any development that happens, be it at the country level or at the department level or at the ministry level, or at the so this summit is talking about the future of human resources, the future of the people element, which is the assets of any country, any organization. So because now it's happening with the AI, ChatGPT, all these, some people are worried about losing their job for a robot, for example,
Definitely.
or somebody's going to do their work. So it's, you know, we had speakers from all over, and they were talking about this element and how we can embrace technology. And as a human, we always evolve and develop.
I'm really glad you mentioned the point where a lot of people are scared that a robot or like an online AI system is going to be replacing their job, because I've been hearing about that a lot, and it's becoming a real worry for a lot of employees. So what's the importance behind the summit? Can we say that we explain that this might or might not happen?
It's going to take a while for the AI. Although AI has been there for a long time, and it has different application in different industry. But now it's coming to an industry that is really close to us. Being, for example, I read the report where AI can diagnose the X-ray of a patient much better without zero error than the doctor themselves. Now, what's going to happen about the doctor who diagnoses the X-ray? He's going to be elevated.
Okay.
He's going to get the result faster. But still, we need that doctor.
Right.
So he's not going to replace anybody's job. And I always use the metaphor of the ATM, which is the automated teller machine. You know, when the banks brought the ATM here in Kuwait, at least, they had somebody standing by the machine to teach people how to use it. In the old days, people were reluctant. They would rather deal with people. Now nobody goes to the bank to withdraw 100 KD or 50 KD. They go to the ATM. They got used to it. And even the people who were working as cashiers, they were worried about the ATM replacing. They have a better job now.
That's right.
They not really give cash and take cash. They open account, they service the customer. They became relationship officers.
Exactly. It's a very different experience. So
Absolutely.
I think what you're trying to tell us, we're not losing our jobs, we're actually getting help with our jobs. We're being elevated. I really like that
Absolutely.
term.
Absolutely. So we should embrace it.
Definitely, because I think in the beginning when we were first introduced to ATMs, people were very reluctant and they would count the money. Right? And they wouldn't do that with an actual like a human teller.
Very true.
Till we got used to it, and as you said, we moved away from actually going to a teller to pull out cash.
And they don't make mistakes.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, maybe 0.01% of
Definitely.
mistakes.
So it's very secure, and we finally know that. So hopefully we'll be getting with the same experience with the AI in the future.
I hope so,
So you're chairing the event. Can you tell us about this experience?
The experience is fine. I am the type of person that jump. You know, they tell me you are the chairperson. So I said, fine, I'll be the chairperson. And I did some work as an MC, master ceremony, and where we do, you know, open the conference to the public, and then you have a, you know, 5-minute, you know, welcoming, and that's all. And then you basically introduce the speakers one by one. You read a little bit of their bio. You encourage the people to participate and so on. And then there are panel discussion where we discuss different themes, different ideas, different topics. And you have to lead the discussion. So it was, you know, and then at the end of the conference, you have to close the conference and remind everybody about what they've gained through the conference and how to apply it in their work and their jobs.
I think that's really amazing, and I'm pretty sure it was a breeze to chair the summit, because you're definitely very comfortable with public speaking. So I think it was a great opportunity.
It helps,
Definitely. So what about the participants in the summit? Who participated?
Well, we had people from Saudi Arabia, we had people from Qatar, we had people from Oman, from Bahrain, and also we have speaker from Spain, Germany, and Switzerland, and America. And most of the attendees, they come from the telecom companies, from the K companies, the oil sector, from the banking sector, from the food sector, from the industry sector, like Kuwait Steel, for example, were there, and of course the sponsors, the Public Authority for Applied Education. They were there, and it was very interactive. They asked a lot of questions. The speaker enjoyed, you know, the interactivity. The time went by very fast because people were asking questions and they want to learn and they want to know the new and the future of their business and how they see it and how can they progress.
Of course, definitely. I think participants are really important when it comes to these summits. And as you said, they come from different countries, from all around the world. So it's an amazing experience. Everyone is sharing the knowledge and information.
It is amazing. If you see, we had some ladies from Qatar and we had a lady speaker from Oman. And we have a Kuwaiti speaker. Okay, all ladies, huh?
Right.
And they all, and from Saudi, Rania, Dr. Rania. And they all shared kind of the same vision about empowering women and how women in leadership, and they had like initiatives that are so powerful.
Yes.
Especially, you know, the Omani experience on how to up skills their leaders, and they would go to the desert, do activities in the desert and in the sea and in the classroom. So it was really, really nice to network with these people and to exchange ideas and
Definitely.
yeah. And that's the beauty of our conference. You know, people come from different parts of the world. They share their ideas. We gain, they gain, and you know, we kind of exchange knowledge and skills and attitude as well.
Networking is always really important, especially for our careers and sometimes even for our social lives.
Yeah,
so,
but this part of the world, I mean, in our tradition, Rita, what happens, you know, we say lunch is 1 hour.
Right.
And they want to talk. They want to, you know, they want to spend time. So
Lunch
to pull
is
them
never.
back, to pull them back to the conference, it was a challenge.
Of course.
But we did it, hopefully. Yeah.
I think we do networking very well here in Kuwait and in general in the Arab area in the world. So tell me more about speed networking. That is part of the summit. Can you tell us about it?
Okay. The speed network is, again, you know, you want the people to move around. You don't, you know, sitting for hours and hours is not good for them. It's not healthy. And they tend to laze out and stuff. So speed network is a chance to get them to get up. So what we did is basically we said, so far, write down, take a piece of paper, they have the notes, and we tell them, take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and write 2 things that you learned from the earlier session.
Yes.
Okay? And then we ask them to get up and talk to 3 different people.
Right.
So they go randomly, they see a person they've never met, and they share with them what the 2 things they learned, and they take from the others and they write them down. So sometimes they learn from each other because, you know, I took two topics that I've learned and I want to share it. Another person has another 2 topics that I was not aware of, so he's sharing it with me. So they were going around, and that was the speed networking. And it was 15 minutes, so they have to move very fast. Talk to one person for 2 minutes, 1 minute from your side, 1 minute from my side, and move on to other person and so on. So they were all over the place with their papers, taking the notes from the topics that they've learned.
Well, that definitely gives you a rush and breaks the ice if there was any in the summit. So I think it's a great little game to play. So let's talk more about the digital era. So if we talk about human skills in the digital era, how can we harness technology to drive the organizational excellence?
Yeah. See, technology is happening. And with the internet, with the speed of the internet and all the technology in terms of, for example, you know, we need to lift ourselves. Like, for example, there was a talk about ChatGPT. And one lady said, ChatGPT is my assistant.
Right.
Now, if I want to write something, I have an email to write or I have something to write, I can ask ChatGPT. I give, you know, the topic or what I want, the context of the message that I want to send, and within seconds I get the message. Now, this is a help that I'm getting, right? Why don't I utilize it?
Why not?
Yes, and I work on that message and I make it mine, okay? But at least I got the foundation really fast. It's like the doctor, when they got the diagnosis really fast, they can excel and they can do their part much better. I remember in the old days, when we were working in the bank, one CEO came and he said, I don't want this internal memos where you type and the secretary types and then you fix the error and the sheet. they type again and they fix it, and then the manager signs and put the stamp, and it's going to another department.
Right.
So he said, why don't we have an email structure? And
Of course.
back then the email just started and the internet just started. So he puts emails. Now all the secretarial staff, they got scared. And they said, oh, we are not needed anymore.
What are we going to do?
Because the manager directly, he gets the message and he can reply directly. He doesn't need the secretary. The secretary had to do something else. So the secretarial job became more advanced than typing memos and stuff like that, because it became basic. With the email, everybody can reply, and you can reply so many things, and there is no paper. It's very clean and very nice, and it has a record that you can keep.
Exactly.
The secretary started doing something more major than typing. Okay, so basically you evolve, you become much better in terms of value that you add to the organization that you are working in.
Exactly.
Basically, it helps you. So anything that comes digital, like the email, like the ATM machine, we should embrace it. When you resist to persist, accept it and take it, because if you don't take it, if you don't embrace it, if you don't harness it, you will lose. You will lose. Other people will take it, your competition maybe and stuff, and they will excel with it, and you are behind. You are left behind.
That's right.
So it's better that what we got out from this, that we should embrace it, and we should not be afraid of any technology that comes, because it's coming without us. So if we don't use it, somebody else will use it and we'll be left out.
Exactly. And it's always better to start early with technology, get comfortable with the new technologies.
Absolutely.
Because when it gets too advanced and updated, too many versions, that's when it's harder to learn.
Very true.
And as all the examples you mentioned, all the technology really helped us advance in our positions, take on maybe better and bigger tasks at work. So it's there to help us.
A better task that has empathy, that has feeling, that the machine cannot do.
Exactly. Definitely. So how is the feedback from the summit? That's what I really want to know.
Well, we haven't got the official feedback, but from what we hear from the attendees, they come and tell us thank you during the break, and they say this is really good, this was really effective, and please tell us when it is going to happen next year. We want to come, we want to bring our people to join. So this is the second year, which means that the first year was successful. That's why they did it the second year.
Right.
And they are started planning for the next year, which is ATD Kuwait 2024.
That's amazing. Good luck with that next year. Can't wait for that. And finally, do you have any final words or advice for our viewers this evening?
Well, my viewers, our viewers, it's good to get the mindset where we always learning and progressing and advancing. So my advice to our viewers is sometimes you think there is a risk, and if there is a risk, it's really where you have to jump.
Exactly.
If there is no risk, you don't need to jump. So when you see there is a risk, when you jump on it, when you go and do it, you will learn. You learn the baby steps, little by little, and you become fluent at it, and you become really expert at it. So don't be afraid. Take the challenge, take on the challenge, any challenge that comes to you. And if I can tell one story, very fast story. I was sitting having breakfast in one of the hotels, and the lady who was there, she came to me proactively. She said, would you like coffee? I said, okay, bring me double espresso. So she brought the espresso. And after the espresso, she asked again, would you like juice? I said, yeah, bring me. She brought the juice. And then I asked her, I said, how long have you been working? She said, 3 years. She said, are you happy? She's expatriate, of course. And she said, yeah, I'm very happy. And I said, oh, what makes you happy? She said, I'm spending money home to my parents, to my family. I'm helping them out. If I didn't come, and by the way, what we hear in the news about this country, that this country, they kill people. And all my sisters, all my brothers, all my relatives, friends, they say, you crazy, you're going to this country. And she said, I took the risk and I came. And I said, what? Well, I see you alive, you're happy,
Exactly.
nothing happened to you. She said, it's the best thing I did. And when I go there, back home, I tell everybody that this is, that what they say in the news is totally
It's not
different
true.
about the fact. And so sometimes we put assumption in our mind, has nothing to do with the fact. So my advice is jump and take the risk. And that's how we
Definitely.
grow and that's how we learn.
It's important to not trust the rumors, but actually trust your instincts when it comes to everything. Thank you so much, Mr. Hamza, for all the advice this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure being here.
Dear viewers, we had with us Hamza Taqi, the Master Performance Consultant. And up next, we have a report on First Step Team for Breast Cancer Awareness Campaign. Stay tuned for that.